Okay. Hello, everybody. Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Um, Sorry it took me a bit to get started. Dinner came a little late, so I was just finishing up eating. But yeah, here I am, and this is the Disorderly Tick, along with who would normally be, as I've mentioned before, on the voice with me, Molly Oleander, but because Molly Oleander is currently predisposed at the moment, so they'll be present as a mod, but they won't be in the voice with me for tonight. Hello, Killer Fun Times. No, I actually did not stream last night, or last week. I had to cancel at the last minute last week, but as you can see, I'm on tonight. Uh, and yeah, I'll, what was I gonna, what was I gonna say? Right, yeah. I see that 6 hours ago I got a new follower, Naya Kate. So if you're there, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And all right, yeah, that's good to know, Oleander. I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to that. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started for tonight. Oh, me? No, I'm fine. I'm just maybe just it's because I just ate. Just digesting food at the moment. All right. So let's take a quick look at the journal. Right. So, during our last session, what happened was we managed to find a skull that uh, was sufficiently valuable enough for the person who kidnapped Mort to release him. And not only did he release Mort in exchange for the skull, but he also gave us some very important information as to why the Nameless One is the way he is. And basically, what he was told was that the reason the Nameless One can't die is because his mortality was actually stolen from him by this person, the Night Hag Ravel Puzzlewell. And additionally, the a side effect of having his mortality stolen from him is that the Nameless One will frequently lose memories. So that's why he has a hard time remembering anything. But aside from that, we've also been going around the lower ward of Sigil and completing various side quests.
All right. Done.
You see, Lenny, he gives you a mock smile at your approach. Well, hello again, Burke. To what do I owe this pleasure? I have some questions. He laughs at you. I know, tout. If you've got questions, go find one. His smile broadens. You'd best push off before I have to bleed you. I just need to ask you a few questions. He stops smiling and frowns at you. No, I don't answer questions, Burke. I told you to go find a tout. Now get. He glares at you. Fine. Farewell. Byron Pickett. You see a well-dressed, middle-aged man. He seems to be scanning the crowd with a practiced eye. He notices you approach and gives you a quick once-over. Greetings. He smiles at you and gives a barely perceptible nod. I am Byron Pickett, moneylender. May I help you? Moneylender. He nods again. Yes, I cater to the needs of merchants. Want to start a business? Keep one afloat that's down on its luck? Or perhaps expand a business? In either case, you come to me for the funds. He looks you up and down. I doubt that you are a merchant, sir. So what can I do for you? I'm a merchant. He smiles and looks away for a moment. A merchant of death, maybe, but not the kind I do business with, he frowns. If you insist on monopolizing my time, please come to the point of this visit. Can you tell me about your business? He frowns and shakes his head. No, I see no reason to. He looks you up and down. You're obviously not someone I conduct business with. I think you should leave. He looks away. I have some questions. He sighs. Very well, make it quick. What is this place? If you mean the ward in general, it is called the lower ward. If you mean this particular locale, it's the open-air market. Tell me about the open-air market. He gestures at the building behind him. An excellent market that caters to just about every need. He pauses to think for a moment before continuing. Nothing exotic is available. These sods cannot afford such items, but a good market nonetheless. Thank you. Very well. You see Zerb. He looks down at you and bows. Zerb, greet you, friend. Zerb, thank you for saving life. He turns away. Leave. You see Zemphia. She gives you a look filled with hatred. You warned the brute, didn't you? Yes, I did what I felt was right. She nods her head slowly. I will not forget this insult. Good day to you. She turns and leaves. Leave. The purpose of this device is unknown. It appears to be some sort of drawbridge-like contraption. You see a burly, bored-looking guard. State your business, please. I have a business, I have a message for Keldor from Giltspur the Auctioneer. Thank you, sir. You'll find him in the Great Godsman Hall. He opens the gate for you. Thanks.
I'm gone.
So right now, What we're trying to do is deliver a message to somebody here. I had a pretty good holiday myself, yes. Huh, that's pretty neat.
Done.
Hmm. Do the stores just not have sour cream? Hmm.
All right.
So you're done.
Done. I'm gone. Done. I'm gone.
Are you referring to a community Discord, Killer Fun Times? So it's something that I know a lot of content creators have community Discord. I'm not 100%, or I'm not entirely sure it's something that I plan to set up. I like at the very least right now in like while things are very what was I gonna say? While things are still uh quiet and still, um I think I'll leave things as they are now, but if things if things get better established, like if things start to grow and develop in regards to this channel, then it's something I may look at again in the future. You see a sturdy man who looks like he's just bursting with vitality. His face is tan and lined, with his black beard, and his black beard is beginning to show hints of white. Hail, stranger, and well met. What can I do for you this fine day? I have a message for you from Gilsper the auctioneer. A message, eh? He takes a note from you. Very well. You can tell him the message is delivered. Was there anything else you wanted? I had a few more questions. What did you want to know? Who are you? He smiles broadly. My friend, I am Keldor of Durian, one of the factotums of the Godsmen, and nominally in charge of this place while our true high-ups are gone in conclave. What can you tell me about your faction? He smiles, his face creasing in wrinkles. What would you like to know about us? What are the beliefs of this faction? We believe that the universe is a giant testing ground, a place where we prove ourselves through a series of tests. These tests continue throughout your life, throughout your many lives. Each step in each day may well be a test for you, and your reward in the next life depends on how well you learn your lessons in this life. We believe that a body learns from experience, and that experience extends through your lives, making you into something greater than just a single life. So what's the point of it all? We're not entirely sure. After all, we haven't gotten to the end of it yet, have we? The best we can figure is that we muddle through our lives, seeking to find the answers that are right for us, and in the end, we move on to godhood and beyond. What waits there is anybody's guess. Alright, keep going. So, life is a test. We take the test. When we pass, we move on to a new form. This might be the form of an archon, or of a fiend, or of a power. The choices we make in this life, as always, help chart our course. Whether we have free will or not is still under debate. He smiles. Of course, I'm on the side of the free will people. I hate thinking that my choices have already been made for me. Alright, I had more questions about your faction. Tell me of the faction's history. It's commonly believed that we were founded by Perrine before the Great Upheaval, when all the factions became 15 in number. During the upheaval, Augie Afano tightened the faction's beliefs into what they are today. She had been reincarnated 1,000 times and could remember each one of her reincarnations. She taught us how to treat our intuition and led us to a new era. These two were the most important figures in our faction. We have plenty more stories, but those are the bare bones. Alright. I had more questions about your faction. What do I get for being in the faction? Well, aside from access to our excellent foundry, room and board for you and your friends, special items and spells, and a more favorable reaction from most folks you'll meet on the street, there's not much to recommend us. Of course, if you're planning on being with us merely for the benefits, I'd have to counsel against it. I had other questions, not about your faction. What did you want to know? What can you tell me about this place? This is the Great Foundry. Some of the believers of the Source, also known as the Godsmen, are home of the believers. Here we make items that ship all over the plains. We're renowned in many worlds. Only the best work here. It's said that we've got a staff of smiths that rival those in Mount Clangedin itself. Personally, I don't think we're that good. But we are close. Can you take on additional work? Sadly, friend, we cannot. We're engaged in a long-term contract right now that's taking up most of our resources. Perhaps when we've finished, in a matter of years, he shrugs. My apologies. I had some other questions. Who are the faction's enemies? We don't have enemies, per se. Still, there are some who oppose our beliefs. The bleak cabal scoff at the idea that we have evolved towards something more perfect. I figured that if they don't think there's a point, they might as well get it over with. Like the Dustmen ought to. The Dustmen think that life is an illusion, preparing for the big death, and our belief champions the cause of life. They promote death. We celebrate life. What could be more opposed? What do you do, anyway? Well, we run the Great Foundry. We also run Harbinger House, where we train folks who seem to be powers in training. Bashers who've demonstrated some sort of special ability that sets them apart from normal mortals. Some say we do it because we want the power on our side, but the truth is, we do it because we figure that's part of our tests as well. We do our best to make sure every creature faces up to its responsibilities. We want to see the multiverse move on. Why are you named as you are? That's a good question. Our real name is the Believers of the Source, because we believe all life springs from a pure, primal source. But because we believe that all creatures have the potential for goodness, godliness within them, it's only natural that our nickname would be the Godsmen. How do I join? If you wish to join the Believers of the Source, you must complete 3 quests. The first quest is this. You must go to the forge and create an item. This will show that you are capable of seeing the possibilities inherent in even a base lump of iron. That you are capable of bringing forth something that will stand the test of time. It measures your vision and your ability to make the potential actual. Talk to Alyssa, the foundry supervisor, in the main foundry to see how it all works. I had some other questions.
Updated my journal.
I needed to ask some questions about the forge. You have questions about the forge? I will answer all I can. Who do I talk to again? Any of the smiths there should be able to help you out. I'd like to see the secret project, if I could. He smiles. Friend, I can't give that to you until you prove yourself a friend of the Godsmen. Maybe later. Well. Saros, you see a sandy-haired youth. He's on the cusp between adolescence and adulthood, and from his eyes, it looks like he's trying to be an adult to be as adult as possible without having the slightest idea how. In other words, he seems innocent. Hey, stranger, what can I do for you? You could answer a few questions for me. Ask whatever you want. Tell me about yourself. Me? I'm Saros. I grew up around here. Got to run through the foundry, playing with stuff. I like pretty much everyone here, except for Tildon. He keeps saying I'm not raised right and that my father is a poor parent. All I know is that Tildon's the biggest sod I ever met. I'm sure I had a few more questions. Tell me about the Great Foundry. I grew up here. I played in the main foundry area and ran through the barracks. It stinks, and it's loud, and people can be like Tildon, but it's still home for me. I see. Answer me some other questions. Tell me about the people here. They're smiths and workers. I think they mean well, but they're also earnest and boring. They need to liven themselves up a bit. Like, say, the sensates. You like the sensates, huh? They know how to live life. They know what it's all about. Not like these people. They keep pretending there's some big noble purpose to it all, but I don't see it. My sister says that life is more than our senses show, but I don't see how she knows that, since all she knows is through her senses. I just don't get why people make this stuff up. Who's your sister? Sarosa? She can just look at someone and see what needs adding and what needs taking away. I don't know how she does it. My father always said it was something about her ascending to another level. He said she was a born godsman. Thanks. Farewell. Neil Xander. You see a bushy-haired man, clad in the height of fashion, if you consider fashion to have died 50 years ago. His clothing seems to consist of tattered street urchin rags, and he seems to affect a disdainful manner toward those around him. Or that might be his actual manner. He doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him. And then his eyes begin searching your face carefully. Did you want something? Who are you? I am Neil Xander, great-grandson of the artificer Zero Xander, engineer, dreamer, creator. And I have finished his work, the work that you commissioned, the Dream Builder. Are you ready to claim the use of it now? A Dream Builder? What's that? It is both machine and ritual. It is a state of mind and a construct of steam and blood. It grants dreams to those who enter its confines. It was built for you, and it's waiting for you. Are you ready to finish it off? It has been waiting for you for decades. How do you know it was built for me? Because my great-grandfather, Dino Xander, set your face in stone so that we would know you when you returned for the work you commissioned. He always thought you'd return, but no one else truly believed you would. Our family completed it because we said we would. And now, here you are. Do you still have the stone? No. It was stolen from me a year ago. I saw only a shadow flitting away. It was the only item taken from my home. I have no idea who'd take it, but I'd memorized the features. Alright, let's finish the Dream Builder. What I need to begin the final stages of the Dream Builder is a piece of your skin immersed in your blood, so the machine can familiarize itself with your physical essence. It must be in a blue-green bottle to symbolize the dream sea on which you will float. Flesh and blood, hmm? I've given enough of that already. Answer a question for me first. A small frown of concentration creases his already wrinkled forehead. What would you like to know? What can you tell me about the godsman? He sighs and collects himself. That's a long subject. Let's get started on it. Now, all creatures want something, don't they? They create, they build, they tear down, they dream, they fight, they fornicate. They do all these things because they want something beyond what they have. Even on the basest level of existence, every iota strives to be something greater. Some achieve this, some fall by the wayside. Go on. Every decision, every action, every reaction, these all create a base on which something else builds. Seems obvious then that our current exalted state of being is building a base for ourselves for something greater. What is that? If not godhood? That's the way I've always justified it, and frankly, I ain't in the mood for a philosophical discussion. You want that? Find a Factor or something. Where can I find a Factor? Factor Keldor's right up there on the dice. Talk to him, or else find that suicidal Burke Sandoz and talk to him. Are you done pestering me yet? Yes, farewell. Well, the believers of the source, or as they're colloquially called, the known as the godsmen. So I wouldn't say that they're specifically a cult of life, so much as I guess a certain function of life, like striving to be the best version of yourself is, I think, the best way to sum up what the Godsman belief system is. Then you could compare that to somebody like to a group like the Sensates, who seem to be more about experiencing life as it is presently. So it seems, I would say that both the Sensates and the Godsmen are factions that celebrate life, but different aspects of it.
All right. I'm gone.
Sarosa. You see a young woman. As you approach her, her eyes stare directly into yours. You get the uncomfortable feeling that she's not just examining your eye color. Her gaze seems to penetrate far deeper than that. Greetings, stranger. How goes your day? Well enough. I would like you to answer some questions for me. What answers do you seek, half-man? Why do you call me half-man?
Updated my journal.
I call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit. All other mortals who pass through my life show their spirits to me as a shining spark or a smoldering ember. You show nothing at all. I call you a half-man because I cannot see your spirit as I see those of others. Whether this is because you have no soul, or because you have transcended, I cannot say. One way or another, you are but half a man. What the other half is, I cannot say. I see. Then answer some other questions for me. Who are you? I am Sarosa, daughter of Sandaz, one of the factors of the Godsmen. Can you answer some questions for me? Tell me of your family. My brother Saros is a child of the Foundry, yet I fear he has never embraced the philosophy of the Believers of the Source. My father is a factor here, and his travels have led him far from the Foundry and into realms most mortals never even dream of achieving. Tell me more of your brother. Saros is a brash, impulsive lad, easily given over to his manhood. He is eager to prove himself equal of anything on the plains, full of the aggression of youth. I believe he feels himself more sensate than Godsman, further vindicating my belief that the sensates are the most immature of all the factions of Sigil. Why are they the most immature? Why are they the most immature? Because, like children, they do not understand that there is more beyond the world of the senses, beyond what one can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Look around you. You are in the outer planes. This is belief made solid, but that does not mean the seemingly rough matter can be comprehended by the senses. This is belief. No mere physicality can match it. I see. Speak of other matters to me. Everyone seems to have a special talent. Tell me of yours. I know not how I came by it. It seems something that has always been a part of me. I can only surmise that my past lives and my beliefs in this one have given me a special insight into mortal nature. I am gifted with the ability to see a piece of the potential within every being. By reading the true name graven on that mortal's very being, and by slightly mispronouncing that word, I am able to change the nature of that potential, thus changing the nature of its bearer. Can you teach me the skill? I can change you, but I cannot teach you. It is like teaching color to a blind man, or sound to a deaf man. And I will change you, if the price be right. What is the price? Tell me, do you subscribe to the philosophy of the Godsmen? I don't know enough to tell you. Learn more of us. Join the faction fully. If you haven't already, go speak to Keldor of Durian. He is the factor in charge of recruiting. You can find him in the Great Hall here. Farewell. Farewell. Greetings, wounded man. What do you need of me? Answers. Can you change me? I don't think that's very fair. No, it is not fair. But this is my gift, and these are my tests, and I choose to do with my gifts as I will. Now, how can I help you? Answer some questions. Nothing. Farewell.
Done.
Alyssa Teald. You see a short woman with slight horns in her forehead and ears that curve sharply back on her skull. She smells faintly of sulfur, even over the reek of the foundry's fires. Greetings. What can I do for you? Who are you? I am Alyssa Teald, supervisor for this area. This area being the main foundry area of the Great Foundry, where much of our current public work takes place. The foundry is larger than this, of course, but we have a large contract we're working on, and we've been sworn to secrecy. So most of the work area is off limits. My apologies. I understand. I had some other questions. More questions? What are they? What exactly do the Godsmen stand for? This is both a communal and individual faction, and there are variations on the theme depending on whom one speaks with. But the basic gist of it is that life, nay, all existence itself, is a test of sorts. All things that arise test us, and how we react determines how we move closer to the true understanding of everything. We seek the truth behind the multiverse, and it's apparent to us that ours is the right way. I see. I had other questions. I'm looking for the pickup office. I have an item waiting for me. It's that office with the desk. He should be sitting right behind it. What's going on here? We've taken a huge and very, very secret contract. One that is taking up practically all our resources. We maintain a small operation for the day-to-day items of our other orders. But right now, the Foundry is devoted to fulfilling our contract. Don't bother asking about it, because I won't tell you. You seem very firm about this. Very well. I had other questions. I'd like a tour. Ordinarily, there's nothing I'd like better. Sadly, right now we're a little busy. Come back in a year or so, and I'll be happy to provide one. Where can I get those items to work the forge? If you can't find them lying around somewhere, then you'll have to buy them from the clerk. For a nominal price, of course. I need to use the forge. Certainly. Just make sure you have the proper items for it. Protection from the flames, tongs, hammer, and, of course, your iron ore. Thank you. Farewell. I mean, I think that depends on whether we actually do something or not. Nadalin. You see a wizened old man with trembling hands and a cunning face. He looks you over carefully and speaks.
Hell, have I seen you before? You seem familiar to me somehow. From where? Do you remember where? Not so fast, lad. Takes a while for the mind to warm up to a task like this. I've lived a long time and seen a lot more faces in that time. And it ain't so easy to remember. Memory's a fleeting thing. That's something you can bank on.
Before replying, you mutter,
Tell me about it, lad.
"Oh wait, no," I mutter.
Tell me about it, lad. Then can't you tell me who you are? Me? I'm Nadlin, Gothman fighter extraordinaire.
He sighs.
At least, I used to be. Now I'm a clerk in the foundry, breathing in this suit of air and hastening my dying day along. That's a pity. I had other questions. Was there something else you wanted? No, I just wanted to see your smiling face. Bless you, son. And now if you'll excuse me, I have some windows to look out. Right.
Games I'm looking forward to. So there's going to be a 40k or a Warhammer 40k version of Total War. I'm looking forward to that. And I know there were other games like there's a lot of games that were introduced at the Game Awards this year that have my interest.
I'm here to pick up an item. Do you have a receipt? You need a receipt or I can't give you anything. No.
He pauses for a moment.
If you got a receipt, give it to me. Otherwise, I can't give you anything. Now, go on. I'm sure I can be a busy man without being played with by passerby. I'd like to pick up some gear for the forge. Ah, you're wanting to be a smith now, eh, lad? Very well. You'll need an apron, 10 copper, some tongs, another 10, and a hammer, which will be 20. That comes to, let me see, 50 copper. No. That comes to 40 copper, old man. What am I thinking? Of course it is. I tell you, memory's an insidious thing. That it is. Give me the stuff. Don't forget to pick up some more from Tildon if you're wanting to work the forge. He's a miserly bastard, but he's the only person to get ore from. Thanks. I have some other questions for you. You mentioned having seen me before. Do you remember where? Fine. So long, lad.
Tongs. Suit-covered tongs used to hold iron ore in the heat of a foundry fire. Forge hammer. A hammer used to beat heated iron ore into shape. It's very Chevy. It's very heavy. This looks to be a heavy apron made from the hide of some creature. Aprons such as these are used to protect workers' clothes from the heat of the forge. Yeah, Chevys are pretty heavy. It's pretty bad if you drive them into a levee, too. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a drink. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Sorry to hear that. Seems pretty unfortunate, yeah. Dildon. You see a slab-stomached man with thick arms and a scraggly beard. He smells as if he hasn't washed in ages, and his breath doesn't do much for your breakfast. He's in the process of ordering around subordinates as you approach him, and he deals a quick cuff to the ear of one of them. He turns to face you, hitching up his belt. What do you want? I had some questions. You want answers? Like what?
Who are you? Dildon the Gray, supervisor for this yard. My job it is to make sure my laborers get their jobs done, and to make sure people like you don't distract them. They work little enough as it is, the little sods, and they'd manage to lose the rest of the day in idleness if I weren't here. I'm tough, but I'm fair. Ask anyone. Why do they call you the Gray? Because I'm covered in soot most of the time from those blasted furnaces. It's a nickname my laborers have given me, out of affection, no doubt. Serious, no doubt. That's right, they do. They know if they don't, they'll get what's coming to them. I see. I had some other questions. Tell me about the Godsmen. They took me in and trained me to be what I am today, and I got to thank them for that. They took my raw talent and shaped it into skill. I tell you, I'm a favorite of the Factols, and someday he'll show everyone just how important I am to this organization. They tell me that everyone has godliness in them. It's true for me. I think I'm closer than most folks, to tell the truth. That gives me the right to act like a god, and to expect total devotion from my inferiors. I'm learning to take power and move mountains with belief in myself. When I rule the cosmos, you can bet I remember every one of the Burks who stood in my way. That's interesting. I had some other questions. I need to use the forge. Can you give me some more? Seems like they'll let anyone be a godsman these days, he grumbles. Ain't like the old days, when you had to show real potential to be a member. You want this root iron for your Ponzi test? Take it then, and get mazed. He thrusts a lump of cold ore into your hands. Thanks. Farewell. Iron ore. A lump of iron ore. The forge. You step up to the forge. The heat is incredible. What do? Use the forge. The fire is throwing off an incredible amount of heat, but thanks to your protection, you're able to withstand it without any damage. Would you like to to work the forge? Yes. What would you like to do first? Ready the tongs. You hold the tongs in a firm grip as the sweat pours from you. What would you like to do now? Pick up the ore with the tongs and hold it in the flames. The ore softens rapidly, soon becoming soft enough to work. Your hands grow slick with sweat. Place the softened ore on the forge and work it into shape. What would you like to forge? Something small and dangerous, slow.
Battle axe. An axe will take some time. You're going to be damn uncomfortable for a while, but at least you're not burning to death. Are you sure you want an axe? No, I'd rather make something else. Two-handed hammer. The hammer, a fast piece of work, and one that will allow you to get out of the sweatbox quickly. Are you sure you want a hammer? No, I'm gonna stick with the axe. Yes. With a little decoration, this axe could fit the hands of the finest warriors. It's that good. I always knew I had it in me. Now to show Keldor. And maybe try this weapon out. Battle axe of quality. Thank you. Let's see. Intricate runes are etched on the shaft and the blades of this axe. The edges of the axe are razor sharp. It looks like it would be possible to shave with it, though that's not something you would try until you had consumed several tankards of ale. The handle itself is made of ironwood, and leather is wrapped tightly around the handle to help secure the user's grip.
Done.
You had questions about the forge? I will answer all I can. Show him the item you forged.
I have finished forging my creation.
He takes it from you and examines it carefully.
That is, without a doubt,
One of the better pieces I have seen a recruit forge.
you'll go far, my friend. Are you ready for the next test?
I certainly hope so.
I suppose I am.
He continues grimly. A murderer has struck in the foundry, and I am forsaking the usual tests in order for you to track this killer down. Go speak to the supervisor, Alyssa Teald, in the main foundry and proceed from there. When you have completed your investigation and are ready to name a culprit, come back to me.
Updated my journal.
All right, answer a few questions for me first. I wanted to talk about the murder investigation.
Well, have you found a culprit for this heinous crime? Do you have evidence?
Not enough. I'd like to ask you a few more questions first. Nothing. Thanks. Nothing. Thanks. Farewell.
You again, huh? What do you want?
I just want to ask a few questions. Tell me what you know about the murder of the Smith.
What I know is nothing. I've been here working on my construct and concentrating on my work. I haven't paid attention to what the workers do. They do their job and I do mine.
I see. Farewell.
Greetings, wounded man. What do you need of me?
Answers.
Bedailing. You see a severe woman with flaming red hair pulled back tight, giving her face a stretched, nervous look. She appears to be deep in thought. At your approach, she glances up and says, "Can I help you with something?"
Yes, I have some questions.
What do you want?
Tell me about the Great Foundry.
She stifles a yawn. You can ask almost anyone else here about the Foundry, and you'll get the same answer. What makes you think I'll give one that's any different? Ask another question.
Tell me of the project you're working on.
Tell you about the project we've sworn our lives to complete and defend? No, I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Let's just say it's powerful, and it'll be worth the effort we put into it.
Fine. Answer some other questions for me, then.
What are your questions?
Tell me of some of the other people here.
The other people here? Well, you've got the brilliant but eccentric Neil Xander, the Givzerai outcast woman Kalera, Tildon the Grey, whose heart is much less ambiguous than his name, Kelder the Factor, Sandoz the Factor, the two children of Sandoz, supervisors, smiths, and a host of others. Honestly, I would say Badai Lin has been slightly more open about the project than everybody else who I've asked. Let's see. And a host of others. They all passed me by at one point or another, and frankly, I haven't made that much of an effort to get to know them. They work for me or they don't, and that's about as much as I care, I'm afraid. I'm rather devoted to my work.
Who are you?
My name is Badai Lin. I'm a magical engineer. Not a mage, mind you, but a theoretician. And I'm going to make sure the Godsmen don't get a chance to use that weapon or contract for other such weapons of war again. Huh. Interesting. Anyways,
tell me what you know about the murder.
Let's see. I asked the guards to head out for the night because I was working on some delicate engineering on the project in the next room, and I didn't need their psychic emanations following up some very crucial work. It was with some dismay that I found the body when I emerged from the room. Being as I had no other alibi, I realized I'm a suspect. And I suspect you've already found that I wouldn't consent to going under the spell to answer. The reason for that is that it would be violating the oath of secrecy I swore to protect the project.
I see. Farewell.
All right.
All right, everyone, you've seen enough. Get back to work.
Done.
Shame about that poor Smith. Avaldon, really it were. Still, he weren't one to keep himself to the grindstone. He weren't dedicated. 'Tis the way the planes turn, mark my words. Every basher gets his due. Ah, well, what can old Dildon do for you? I'd like to ask you some questions. You want answers? Like what? What were you doing the night of the murder? What was I doing? Why, I was sitting in my room with a nice loaf of bread and jug of wine, staying in. Didn't go out that night. Didn't see no need. Do you know anyone who could swear otherwise? No. Never saw the need to make sure of it. One place you might ask, if you're really looking for leads, is Sorrows. That little thieving knight goes everywhere, what with his father being such a high up here. He always was into new experiences. Boy's practically a sensei, if you ask me. Probably wanted to kill someone and see if he could get away with it. Sorrows, eh? I'll go check on that. Farewell.
You again? What do you want now? My apologies for my impatience, but we are on a schedule here.
Under Keldor's authority, I'm investigating the murder that occurred here. What can you tell me about it?
You want to know what I saw the night of the murder? Well, I was working late when I heard the sound of a scuffle. When I came out, I saw a shadowy figure slip out the door into the meeting hall, and I raised the alarm.
Do you have any other details?
I only know 3 people who had access to the building that night. They were Thildon, Saros, and Badai Lin. The 3 of them have dramatically different builds, but in the haze of the foundry, I couldn't see clearly.
How do I know you didn't do it? No. So they're the only 3 suspects? It seems too packed.
I have an alibi. Not to mention that Keldor already ascertained the truth from me. I have nothing to hide. Apparently Thildon, Saros, and Badai Lin do, though, because they wouldn't go under Keldor's spell.
Alright, I have other questions. I need to get into that guarded room back there.
I'd love to help you, but only the real high-ups can authorize that. You'll have to speak to Keldor about that.
Fine, I had other questions. I guess I don't need anything. Farewell. Was there anything else you wanted?
gone.
That poor Smith. I can't believe what happened to him.
Do you have any idea what might have happened, or have some leads?
Who told you? The supervisor? She's right. I come in here at night sometimes when there's no one around. He looks around conspiratorially for a moment and lowers his head towards you. I saw Tildon creeping out of here. The main reason I know it was him is because he dropped something. He hands you an awl with the name Tildon etched into the wooden handle.
Thanks. I'll be back to talk to you again, I'm sure.
Updated my journal.
Tildon's awl. This is a well-fashioned doll with the name Tildon burnt expertly into the wood handle. What do you want?
Tell me what you know about the murder. I think I'll check on that with Keldor.
You do that. He'll verify what I've told you. He administered the oath to me, so he knows its power.
Very well. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Yeah, it is.
Sorrows. You remember Sorrows, don't you? Gave me an awl found near the body. Oddly, this awl has your name etched into the handle. How do you explain that?
Updated my journal.
He looks momentarily flustered, and then...
Sorrows is a thief. Odds are he stole it from me. Fact, I've been missing my awl for some time now. Never mentioned it to anyone because I figured I'd just lost it. Now I know that Sorrow stole it to frame me. But Better go get him before he gives you the laugh.
Seeing your expression, he says,
Before he escapes. That sounds a little too pat. I'll ask him about it as soon as I get some more answers from you. Or are you doing the night of the murder?
I've already told you everything I know. What more do you want from me?
I want you to go over your story again. Slowly.
I'm not sure yet. All I know for sure is that Thildon and Saros have beef with each other. And other than that, both of them have very clear flaws or personality flaws. So I kind of want to say it's one of those two, but maybe there's something about Bedai Lin that I just don't know about yet. What have you found? Are you going to let me go free? That's true.
Thildon says that you planted the all at the murder scene, and that you're trying to frame him for the murder because you two disagreed.
Of course he'd say that. Just because he's guilty and wants to make sure you look someplace else. I saw him kill that man. Sure, we disagreed, but that doesn't mean I want him dead. Just because he's a total Burke doesn't mean he should be arrested. He should be arrested for killing Avildon. Tell him he needs proof.
I'll do that. Very well.
Updated my journal. Done.
What little lickspit I'll tell you now? I'm sure we're all lies. He tells me that it's not a frame. In fact, he says that he personally witnessed you killing the poor sod. He what? I tell you that the boy's a thief and a murderer, and you don't believe me? What if I told you the lad's an anarchist too, a member of the Revolutionary League? Why should I believe that?
Updated my journal.
A pious look creeps onto his face.
Cause I say it so. Cause I'm about to say something that'll make a criminal of me. But I'll say it to see justice done.
He pauses.
I know he's an anarchist because he tried to recruit me. Him and that engineer Badai Lin. I told him I'd do it so as I could trap him. But then I realized I didn't have the stomach to harm poor Saros. I turned them down. And now they're trying to cover their tracks. That's why they want me gone. They're the killers, not me. Assuming I believe this, why shouldn't I have you in prison too? What? You're accusing me? But I didn't do anything. Burke, you got the wrong man. Please, I didn't do it. I'm joking with you, Dildon. Farewell.
All right. Done.
Dildon says you're an anarchist and that you're trying to pin the crime on him.
She scoffs. An anarchist? Right. Here's my other leg. Did you have some real questions, or can I get back to my work?
Dildon tells me that you and Bedylin are anarchists, and that you're trying to frame it because he turned down an offer to join you.
Sorrows pales. She has nothing to do with this. I did it on my own, but the truth is, Dildon shoved out Avalodon into the gears. I put the all there to make sure everyone would know he was there, because I'm just a kid and no one would believe what I was saying. Alright? I admit that I planted the all, but I only did it to make sure he got punished for his crime.
Why? Why should I not think that you're doing this to get back at him for some other crime?
Updated my journal.
Ah, hello, Charles. Or Charlie's. Charlie's real. Welcome. It's good to have you. Because I don't know why you think that, but I promise. Go talk to him and tell him what I said, and then you can decide for yourself.
I'll do that. Stay here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing well. I've had a good holiday. How have you been? All right.
He says that he planted the all on the body, but only because he wanted to make sure that you'd be implicated in the death. He says you're a murderer, and he wanted to make sure you got caught.
The supervisor's face drains of color.
What? He admitted he's an anarchist? Yes. He seems to believe you're dangerous to everyone around you, whether they be anarchists or godsmen, and that someone needs to stop you. He's willing to admit to his own crimes in order to ensure that you meet with justice.
His beefy face grows red with apoplexy.
You're accusing me? But I ain't the murderer! I'm just trying to expose anarchists, Burke! Damn you! You can't do this to me! You can't trust anyone who says they saw me do it, so you can't say I did it! Would you say the same thing under oath and under spell? I'm betting Saros would. Bugger. Can I at least take my stuff and give this place the laugh? Old Dildon will make sure you won't regret it. No. Remain here or suffer even worse consequences. You can rest assured that I can make certain of that. Good day, Dildon.
All right.
I found enough to make a decision.
What is that decision? He seems to be holding back tears.
You'll see what I've told him. Well, have you found a culprit for this heinous crime? Or have you found a culprit for this heinous crime? Do you have evidence? Dildon committed the crime, but Saros tried to frame him for it. It's an anarchist plot, and Saros is in the middle of it. Arrest them both.
What? Both of them? This is a sad day for the Godsman. A sad day indeed. Allow me a moment to summon the guards.
Take your time.
Updated my journal.
He seems saddened by the ordeal. It is done. My thanks for resolving the investigation. You have but one task remaining for you. Thandaz, father of Sarosa and Saros, one of our more vital members, has returned from a harrowing journey. He has locked himself in his tower room and is threatening to kill himself. Speak to him. Stop him.
I'm on it. Farewell.
Updated my journal. I feel stronger.
Sirs, how dare you speak to me when you have sent my brother to await the executioner's blade? I should tear the will from your spirit for the pain you have brought our family. Both he and Dildon were guilty, though of different crimes. Both of them had to face the law. He was my brother. Would you have acted differently had you known he was related to me? No. Her eyes grow distant, as if she is seeing something beyond your five senses. You are forgiven, so long as you remember that all your actions have consequences, whether you see them or not, and that you can cause pain through your ignorance. Let these words serve you. Let these words serve you. Thank you. Farewell.
All right. Done. All right.
Godsman Guard. Greetings, sir. Did Keldor send you? Sendos came up here and he's been raving and muttering behind the door all day. I hope you can do something for him. We'll see about that. Called through the door. Sendos! I need to talk to you! A muffled voice comes behind the door. Go away! Are you Sendos? The voice snaps. Who else would I be? These are my rooms. This is my faction. It laughs bitterly. This is where I'm going to die. They said I should come talk to you. I guess they don't want you dead? I see. Send a cornered stranger to talk me out of it. The voice dropped to a conspiratorial tone. Did they tell you you can join them if you just came to talk to me? Did they think it would make you care more? Wait for him to continue. Well, say something! Or are you suddenly mute? Ha! If you had seen half the things I'd seen. Half the things I'd seen. What have you seen? I have seen horrors beyond imagining. I've seen a twisted, tortured god, bound by laughing fiends. I've seen a layer of the abyss distill itself into the essence of a single individual. I have seen all the laws of nature perverted, and I have seen all the truths of man turned upside down. None of it makes sense to me anymore, and I cannot bear it any longer. What's the point, I ask you? What's the point?
That's the entire basis of the Godsman philosophy, Sandoz. Just remember that you're going through tests. What's being tested now is your grasp, or perhaps the expanse of your intellect. Look at what you've done, and that's what you're supposed to learn.
He barks out a sharp laugh.
They taught you well, at least. Let me think about this. I hope you've got some time. All the time in the world, Sandoz. Think it over.
When it speaks again, the voice sounds a little more balanced.
Go down and tell Keldar you've talked some sense into me. I'll want to see him eventually. But you've done your job. Go on now. Thanks. Farewell. I owe you my life, stranger. I won't forget it. But right now, I have some thinking to do. I hope you'll forgive me for not talking. Sure. Farewell.
Done.
Have you succeeded in convincing him that life is worthwhile?
I have succeeded. He has regained his zest for life.
Updated my journal.
You have succeeded? Glorious news! Congratulations, my friend. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Godsmen. Would you like to take the oath now, or perhaps wait until later?
I'll do it later. Answer some questions for me, will you? Nothing, thanks. Farewell.
Thanks to your words, my father Sandoz is alive and well. I can only hope that whatever force has scarred him this way, I cannot believe he came to this on his own, will pay for its misdeeds. What else can I do for you?
Done. Done.
No, that one's too lean.
Kina. This woman has a yellow cast to her skin and severe features. Tattoos cover her body, and she wears a long blade at her side. Her eyes are like two small black pearls. As you approach her, they follow Dakon's movements. Before you reach her, Dakon breaks in. I would have you hear me.
What is it, Dakon?
It is my will that we not speak to this woman.
Why not?
She is a Zerth. Our wills are crossed blades. We have no common ground.
Then do not speak to her.
Why do you insult the unbroken circle of Zerfimon by continuing to wear it against your heart? You are not numbered among the people, betrayer of Shraket lore. The Anarchs and the Zerfs have spoken, and their words shall be obeyed. You are not to speak your mind to me, or to any Zerf. Will you hear this human when he speaks? His words carry the weight of yours and have the shape of Limbo's form. I will not hear you, Dakon. He travels with me, Kina, disciple of Zerfamon. He comes to you to hear the words of Zerfamon, which you as a Zerf must impart. Will you hear him? The words of Zerfamon are not for the ears of a human to be heard. Their minds are not as one, and they bring division wherever they travel. This one wears a shirt of scars and blood, and he travels with a traitor. Vilkar's heart beats within your chest if you ask if I will hear him. Will you close your mind to his words? Know your words before you speak your mind, Kina, Zerf of Zerfamon. I will not hear him. He will hear me. And that is sufficient. Dakon turns to you and speaks in your language. She will teach you. The gift woman turns to you. Her black pearl eyes glint dangerously. You are not known to me, but your trappings speak ill of you, human. Your body is a book written in scars and blood, and you walk in the shadow of a pariah that claims to speak for Zerfamon himself. Speak your mind. Shadow of a pariah? What do you mean? You walk over pariah and you know not his history? He is quick to speak other words, but of his history he has remained silent? Ask him of Shraket lore, of the fall of a mighty fortress to the Githyanki, and see what his divided mind reveals to you. Ask him how he speaks with Zerfamon's words, but his karak is as mist. It is not Zerfamon's words that lack conviction. It is their echoes that have been distorted. There is no doubt in how Zerfamon's mind is spoken. Generations of Zerf are as Rakma's jewel, of one mind on this matter. Your stance carries with it a divided mind. The doubt is yours, an echo cast from your own faithlessness. Your words speak not the mind of Zerfamon. They are shaped of angles and hate, as if molded from Gift's mind itself. You shall lie with the dead of Shrak lore and shifting chaos, for you see all with Vilkar's eye. Your mind is divided, your karak weak. Stand in the way of the blades. As if sensing your intent, Dakon speaks to you about breaking the gaze he holds with Kina. Hold fast, and do not stand in the way of our blades. Let them fight. The blades of the two fly at each other in a whirlwind of motion.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong. your path is mine.
I'm gone.
What is your will?
Honestly, I feel like I might have missed out on something important by doing that. I'm gonna try that one more time.
I feel stronger. Done.
Let it go, Dakon.
Dakon reluctantly lowers his blade. Kina stares at him incredulously for a moment, and then a sharp grin splits her features. The truth at last! Your mind is not divided. You are a slave to this human. He speaks with an anarch's authority for you, and you listen. Your mind is cast in Gift's mold, Kina. Let's go, Dakon. This is why Gift shouldn't breed. They're always going on about this, or the belief of this, or where's a mind flayer, or give Yankee to kill, and so on and so forth. I don't think they even enjoy poking each other. They go barmy and lose their minds by the wayside, or else they stay so direct and focused all the time they forget their sense of humor. They blabber about focus and having one mind and community trust. But you note that the race broke of itself soon as it broke with the mind suckers. Now tell me religion and ideology won't bring the planes crashing down. You have lost your way, Dakon. Know that I hope you find your path. I pity you. Farewell. Let's go, Dakon. The Zerf stares blackly at Dakon as she returns with you. She turns her back to you, as if daring Dakon to strike the target.
What is your will?
What is T'Cha's choice? Dakon's forehead creases and his eyes narrow. I would know how you came to know that expression.
You spoke it when we met with that Sarai. I would know what you meant by it.
It is an expression that knows many meanings.
Then tell me one of them.
T'Cha's choice speaks of one who has no choice in their actions.
So when I asked you to speak to the Gifts-Arai, you had no choice but to do it? Why?
Dakon's blade ripples, and you watch as the edges become grayed and dulled. His face clenches, and he speaks through his teeth. It is not my will to speak of this.
I had some other language questions. What is Achali drowning?
Know this. When Achali drowning is spoken, the speaker is telling you the answer to your question would serve no purpose. Know that it carries the unspoken intent that the question be shaped so that it is more specific.
Who was Achali?
Upon our home plane of limbo, we must shape the plane with our minds, or the chaos of the plane will devour us. Achali was one of the people who did not know herself. Time came upon her when she lost herself to the chaos matter of the plane. She knew not how to return to a community, so she shaped a small island with her thoughts and waited. She waited. In waiting, she met a traveler swimming through Limbo's sea. Achali is said to have called out to the traveler to ask the way home. Only one question need she have asked. Know you the way to my home? Yet she asked, what know you of the plane? The traveler knew much, and much of what was said was new to Achali. Her questions grew, feeding upon the answers, until she knew not where she was, and knew not where that she must maintain focus. The small island she had shaped dissolved into the chaos matter, and she drowned. It is a lesson that tells of the harm in asking without purpose.
What is your will?
corridor. You see a middle-aged man wearing dusty clothes. He does not appear to be in the best of health. His skin is pale yellow, and you see an occasional pustule along his arms. Greetings. He turns and glances at you from behind hollow eyes. His eyes narrow in suspicion as he continues to glance around. What do you want? His voice is raspy. I have some questions. He turns his attention to you. Why are you bothering me for? I look the part of a tout? You seem to be a knowledgeable individual that I can learn from. He sighs. What do you wanting to know? Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. Name's Cora. In my day, I was a pretty good warrior. He pauses and sighs. Well, them days is over, but I still know a trick or two. I see. I have some questions. Are you feeling alright? Not been a few years of death won't cure. He coughs and looks up. Air's been getting worse in the ward of late. By my reckon, it should level out once the Great Foundry settles, or a wind blows through from the spire. What is with the air here? It's mostly because of all the portals. He has a coughing fit and then returns his attention to you. What do you mean? Lots of doors to the lower planes here let in bad air and fumes and such from who knows what layer of the abyss. That's why this here's the lower ward. He laughs. A jaunt through this area is like breathing in a meal. Salt, smoke, pipeweed. It's all yellow blankets of smoke and stinging sulfurous gas that this war spits out. He gives you a gap-toothed smile. Pretty, hey? What was that you said about the winds? At times, winds blow in from Sigil Spire, drive the smog out. He glances up and coughs. For a while. I must be going. Farewell. It's 8:18 now. Still have some time left. The message is delivered. That was certainly speedy, wasn't it? My thanks, friend. One more time for you for the princely sum of 200 coins. Just take this handbill down to Barkus at the smoldering corpse and ask him to post somewhere. He's an old friend, so we gotta see it. Thanks, I guess. Farewell.
Updated my journal. All right. Done.
Back again? What now? Gilsbert, the auctioneer, wanted you to post his handbill. Gilsbert, eh? Let me take a look at that.
He takes the handbill from you and looks it over. He frowns at it and says,
All right. Tell him I'll put it up. Anything else you wanted? Nothing more. Thanks. Farewell.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
The bill is posted at the smoldering corpse.
"Then I have no more jobs for you, my friend. You have my drinks." He turns his back to the crowd and begins hectoring them.
Updated my journal.
Yi Ming. The man has rough, leathery skin with a pale yellow cast and gaunt features. His face is angular, his nose is small and highly placed, and his ears tapered to points. A tracery of tattoos and scars cover his body. He's dressed in strange, gaudy letters that look more ornamental than combat ready. His eyes are like two small black stones and they track you as you approach. Before you reach him, Dakon pauses. "I would caution you against speaking to this Gifyanki."
What's a Gifyanki?
Updated my journal.
Gifyanki and Gifsarai were once of common stock. We were slaves and food for the Illithids, mind flayers, who devoured our lives in order to succor their own. One of our ancestors, the warrior Queen Gif, led us to victory against the Illithids, and we escaped. We have waged unending war on the mind flayers ever since. However, There was disagreement over the future of our people. Upon the blasted plains, our leader, Zerfimon, made the pronouncement of two skies, and steel was bared. One race became two. It is a rift that cannot be crossed peacefully.
We're going to speak to him anyway.
Dakon nodded. Mort rolls his eyes.
Fools rush in.
The Givyanki has been watching your approach and seems to ignore you entirely.
Dakon who wailed on the walls of Struck lore. An unexpected surprise.
He draws his weapon. Dakon also draws his blade.
Ye mean, your blood shall corrode the flagstones of the street.
Stand between them.
Stop!
Dakon speaks to you, though he never takes his eyes off his opponent. Hold fast and do not stand between our blades.
Let go, Dakon.
Dakon speaks to the Githyanki. Ye mean this is not a place of battle?
The entire multiverse is our battlefield, dog. There are no sanctuaries. There is no peace. You shall die.
The Githyanki attack. Attack the Githyanki.
What's up? You know, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke. Yeah?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Aye? Might as well.
What a face only a sledgehammer can love. It has.
I hear your words.
You see that?
All right.
Use them for whatever you will. They're right over here. Step right up. Come on, Him. I'll take him. I'll take him. Come on, we got a special on slaves. Use them for whatever you will. They're right over here. Step right up.
All right.
What is your will?
Dakon, what is Struck lore?
Dakon's forehead creases as if he was struck a blow.
It is not my will that we speak of that place. Dakon, tell me, what is Shrucket lore? Dakon is silent for a moment. No, it is the place where I died my first death. What is this place? It is one of the great homes of the people. It has suffered many wounds in its life. One of its scars is by my hand. What do you mean? Upon the rolling plain of limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos with their thoughts. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. Dakon raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Go on. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stone. As Dakon speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal misting and melting along the edges. Many divided minds may destroy a city. I understand. Go on. Long have I known the words of Zerfamon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerfamon. The Zerf protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerfamon without knowing the words of Zerfamon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. So, you doubted the words? No. Dakon's voice is edged, and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words, yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerfamon knew them. And so division formed. As my mind became as two, as my mind became divided, those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Gif Sarai, many hundreds of scores of Gif Sarai, doubted. Shrucket Lord died that day. So, those that followed you came to doubt the words as well, and the city was weakened. The enemies of Zerfamon came. Know that their hatred of his words and the people lent their blades strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city, and they brought war with them. Many Gif Sarai drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade, as if it is blistering. Know this happened long ago. What happened to you? As I fell from the walls of Shrucket lore, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon limbo seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. How did you survive? I suffered. As I neared death, I came to know myself. I survived. That is all. I see. There are other things I would know.
What is your will?
Boys and girls, young and old, buy your piece of human flesh right here.
I want to hear you speak of it. In fact, you said a number of things in that conversation which interested me. Know that your will is my will. When you speak, know I must hear you. Know that your words may stay my blade or guide it to the throat of another. What? But why? Dakon seems to look through you, as if meeting your gaze is unbearable. Your path is my path. I am chained to you. You're my slave? At the word slave, Dakon's face collapses in pain, as if he was struck. It is as if the word was a dagger, stabbing at the core of his suffering. But why, Dakon? No, it is a long tale, and know that nothing is gained in the telling. I would hear it.
Updated my journal.
The people do not allow themselves to be enslaved to another in deed or chains. If we find ourselves in such a cage, we act to free ourselves, even if it means we must endure another cage for a time. You performed a great service for me. In so doing, you enslaved me. I acted to free myself. Know that I surrendered my word and myself to act in your name until your death. But I can't die. That was not known to me. I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself. Know that there is now nothing left that I may surrender except my life. Know now that I follow you only so I might die. What was the service I gave you that changed you? You saved this one's life. In exchange, your life became mine. How did I save your life? Upon the rolling plain of limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos with their thoughts. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. I think I see what happened now. Yep. As I fell from the walls of Shrakat lore, know that myself was broken, my blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon limbo seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. When death finally came to me, it wore your skin, and it had your voice. Me? You asked that I hear you. What did I say? Dakon, Zerf, a Shrakat lord drowning, last wielder of the Karak blade. Know that I have come to you with the words of Zerfamon, carved not in chaos, but in stone, carved by the will in an unbroken circle. Know that they are true, and know that your divided mind need be divided no longer.
All you must do is take the stone, and you shall know yourself again.
So you got the circle from me? From me?
Updated my journal.
Yes, in knowing its words, I knew myself.
Very well. There are other things I would know. Tell me about that other me. The incarnation you knew. What was he like?
Dakon's gaze travels through you, and he falls silent.
Dakon?
Updated my journal.
Know that he was different. Know that the differences were not marked on the skin, nor in the way of the weapon, nor in the attire that cloaked him. Know that he was different in the way of thought and the means he acted upon his thoughts. His will became substance. Know that he saw others and did not see them. He knew only how they could serve him. His heart was treacherous, and it was cold, and never did its coldness burn him.
Did it ever touch you, Dakon? Did he betray you?
Dakon's blade begins bleeding into a dull, flat black, and you watch as edges, like teeth, begin sprouting from the edge of the blade. His face clenches, and he speaks through his teeth.
It is not my will you know of this. Tell me, Dakon, did he ever betray you?
No, there were many treacheries. Any treachery upon me was by my hand, no other.
Tell me, Dakon, what was the treachery?
I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself.
What are you talking about? Dakon, it doesn't have to be that way. I can release you. I no longer wish you to be a slave. Consider the debt paid.
No. Dakon's forehead creases in pain, and his eyes stare through you. It is not your word that carries the weight, and your word will not free me. The word that changed me is mine. The torment is mine. I know in my heart that the chains remain. Words will not free them.
Is there any way you can be freed?
You must die a final death, yet your path is not death's path. There is no resolution to this matter.
Vow. I swear I will find one, Dakon. I will find one that sets you free.
Updated my journal.
Dakon's voice becomes ragged, as if he has suddenly become sick. No, you have added other words to my words. His expression is pained, and his gaze meets yours. Now you have chained us both.
I see. There are other things I would know. Can I talk to you about your teachings?
What is your will?
I'll take him!
You said I gave you the Circle of Zerfamon, Dakon?
Get your slave over here! Two for the price of one!
That one looks good. How much? How much?
Step right up, boys and girls, young and old, buy a piece of human flesh right here!
Naran, you see a boisterous auctioneer. He is very animated and does a lot of shouting, yelling, and stomping. He seems to have a tendency toward melodrama and makes a lot of strange facial expressions as he waves his arms. Greetings. He glances at you and motions to the crowd that he's taking a break. Well, 1,000 greetings do I bestow on you, sir. He does a double take when he notices your scars. You know, I take one look at you with my discerning eye, and I see a man in the market for some healing charms. Do you have any charms? He gives you a shocked look and gestures grandly at himself. Do I, Duran, have any charms? He pauses for effect. No, sir, I do not. However, don't let that fact discourage you. I have plenty of other items for sale. He points to the rear of the auction block where a group of people stands in chains. You sell slaves? He shakes his head. No, sir. These are indentured servants, not slaves. For the most part, they are guilty of minor crimes. The proceeds from their sale go toward paying their debt to the city. After their term of servitude, they will be free citizens once again. Truth. It still sounds like slavery to me. He gives you a bright smile. I don't concern myself with such thoughts. My task is to sell their contracts as given by the course of sigil. He lowers his voice as he leans in closer. And collect a percentage for my efforts, you understand. He's straining. You said they were guilty of crimes. What crimes did they commit? He shrugs his shoulders in an exaggerated way. I don't know for certain, but I would guess theft, assault, or not being able to pay their debts. These are the most common transgressions. I see. I have some questions for you. He shakes his head. Little time for such wigwag, friend. There's dealing to be done. Speak quick. Who are you? Darren's the name, friend. Can it be you have not heard of me? I'm wounded, verily I am. He smiles wider at the feigned wound. No one finer or more well known for bringing people who want people a little closer together. He points to the rear of the auction block where a group of people stands in chains. Do you be wanting someone, friends? I must be going. Farewell.
I'll take the short one there! 85! I'll take the fat one over there! 120! Give me that little girl! How much for that one over there? I'll take him! Let's hear it! How much for this time?
Trist. You see a young woman who is trying to get your attention. She is wearing shoddy clothes, but her demeanor is one of elegance, unlike that of the people who surround her. Upon closer inspection, you notice that her skin is clean and smooth, lacking the yellow tint of the inhabitants of this ward. She notices your approach and smiles at you. Greetings. I thank the powers that you noticed me. I am in need of the services of a mercenary. She pauses and examines you more carefully. If appearances are any indication, you would seem to be such an individual. What exactly is it that you want of me? She nods to you. The heart of the matter is that I am to be sold into slavery for a crime I did not commit. I am in need of a champion, someone who will help me prove my innocence and free me from this fate. She pauses and looks at you expectantly. Tell me exactly what's going on. She thinks for a moment. This is long in the telling, Cutter. Please bear with me. Go on. She sighs as she begins her tale. My husband died recently and left me his business. I am not business-oriented, so I decided to sell. Not long afterward, I was contacted by a lender saying a loan on the business had not been paid. She pauses to gather her thoughts. Go on. I examined all the documents my husband kept and found that there had indeed been a loan taken, but it had just recently been paid in full. I explained this to the lender and, a few days later, he asked for a copy of the document. It was nowhere to be found. She looks concerned and pauses to think. Go on. Well, when I could not prove that the loan was paid, the lender took me before the court. My monies were taken and applied to the balance owed. Since it did not pay off the loan, I am to be sold on the block to try to recover the remaining amount due. She gives you a forlorn look. I don't understand. Why sell you into slavery? She shrugs. It serves many purposes. First, it keeps the prisons relatively clear of all but the vilest criminals. Second, the sale of the convicted is used to pay for any damages, costs, or fees involved in the case. Finally, the convicted still serves a sentence from which they are eventually released, supposedly as better citizens. This is all fascinating, but I don't see how I can help you. I need someone to find the missing document, the one that proves the loan was paid. Or if you could purchase my contract, I could pay you back. She gives you a pleading look. I can't spend the next 5 years of my life in this ward, Cutter. It will kill me. Surely you've noticed the illness shared by all who live here. No. What illness are you talking about? She gestures at the people around her. Look at them, Cutter. Notice the yellow skin? The persistent cough? Now look above you, at the billowing clouds of smoke that pass her ear here. She points over her head. It kills you unless you can afford a healer. As a slave, I thought I will be able to afford one. So that's why everyone has a yellow skin. She nods her head. Yes, Cutter. Please, can you find it in your heart to help me? She looks at you nervously. Please. Yes, I'll help you. I have some questions, though.
Updated my journal.
She nods her head eagerly. Ask anything, Cutter. What's the lender's name? I know his name well, Cutter. After all I have been through, I will not likely forget it. She gets a faraway look, and then shudders for a moment. Byron Pickett is his name. She pauses for a moment, and his associate may be someone named Lenny. Who is this Lenny? She thinks for a moment. There was a small, feral-looking man who came to court a few times. He would sit behind Pickett and whisper to him occasionally. She pauses and looks lost in thought. Go on. She frowns. I remember him because he always seemed to be uncomfortable in his clothes. He would pick at them as if they were new, as if he were not used to wearing them. She pauses again. On one such occasion, Pickett told him to sit still and stop fidgeting. He called him Lenny. Where can I find Lenny? She thinks for a moment and then shrugs. I am not sure, actually. My husband told me that some ruffians could be found southeast of the market, near the siege tower, I believe. Where can I find Byron? She thinks for a moment. I think he can be found in or around the open-air market. Forgive me, but I am not certain. I have some more questions. Who do I talk to about your contract? That would be Duran the auctioneer. He's usually over there on the block. He points to the front of the platform. Could you have misplaced the loan document? She shakes her head. No, Cutter. I am a very meticulous person. I kept the document in a lockbox in my husband's study. It never left that room. Lockbox, husband's study. Do you think the loan document could have been stolen? She shrugs. I don't know. Why would anyone steal that, yet leave other valuables be? It makes little sense to me. Well, maybe the lender stole the document so that you'd paid for the loan twice. She looks at you in shock. That is a terrible thought. She hesitates and then begins to tap her chin with a finger as she thinks. But also a most ingenious one, Cutter. This Byron Pickett does strike me as a knight of the post. A what? She gives you a quizzical look. A thief or a cheat, Cutter. Such are called knights of the post, or of the cross trade. Have you explained any of this to these courts you spoke of? She nods her head. Oh yes, Cutter. I've explained my situation to many. You're the first to be willing to help me. He smiles warmly at you. I think I must be going now. Farewell.
How much for the bunch of them?
That one looks good. How much? How much?
I'll be stopping in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to talk to Duran one last time before I do. You see Duran the auctioneer. He smiles at your approach. Well met, again! What can I do for you on this glorious smog-ridden day? I want to ask you about Trist. He frowns for a moment, then shrugs. Very well, sir. What about Trist? She says that she doesn't belong on the block. He sighs, then frowns at you. Would you say otherwise if you were in her shoes? He shakes his head. I have heard her story, sir. Although I sympathize with the lady, there is nothing I can do without evidence to back her up. What if I can prove she is innocent? He laughs and looks at you mockingly. As an agent of the courts, I would go before them with new evidence and have all judgments against Trist reversed. Do you have such evidence? Not at this time. He nods his head. Do you intend to seek such evidence on behalf of Miss Trist? Yes, I do. He stares at you for a moment, trying to gauge your seriousness. Very well. I will not auction Trist for now, sir. Good luck in your endeavor. Now leave me be and get to it. Thank you. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
I'll take the short one there. 75.
Okay.
85.
I'll take the fat one over there. 120.
Give me that little.
All right. Well, that'll be it for tonight, everybody. Thank you again to everybody who's joined, whether it be being active in the chat or just lurking. And of course, follows are also appreciated. Yeah. Thank you for coming, Charlie. And thank you for helping to mod Molly Oleander. And let's see, next week's Monday will be the 5th. I believe, if I recall correctly, that you'll actually be returning on the 5th. Is that right, Molly Oleander? Okay. You'll be after preparing the 5th. All right. So that means that chances are there won't be a stream next week, since it seems that Molly Oleander will be too busy uh, to be at the stream. So let's see. Right now, it looks like the next stream is probably going to be the what is this? The 12th of January, which I suppose means that this is the last stream of the year. So, um, it's uh, it's been it. This has been a good year in terms of the stream, like or of the channel. Like obviously, it's just started a month or two ago, and things have been going great so far. So hopefully, the next year will be just as good or better. And yeah, uh, what I hope everybody has a great end to their year, and hope to see you again next year. So with that, I'll just say have a good night, everybody, and I hope you have a great couple of weeks. Take care.